Hey, what's up, Gainesville? This is Colleen DeGroff with Coldwell Banker MM Parish Realtors in Gainesville, Florida, here to share some real life and real estate with home sellers here in Gainesville, Florida. If you are getting ready to sell your home here in Gainesville, here are some tips to help you get your house ready and get your house sold. First off, you want to declutter your house. This means box up your personal photos, your books, all your tchotchkes and knickknacks and all those kinds of things that personalize your house. Box them all up and put them in the garage. Basically, it's pre-moving. You're going to have to do it anyway when you move. So it's good to declutter right now. When a buyer comes in to look at your house, they're not coming in to compliment you on all of your stuff like they're coming for Thanksgiving. They're coming over to see the house to buy. So they're not coming over to buy your house, they're coming over to buy their house. And it's a lot easier for buyers to picture your house as theirs when it's been depersonalized. When I'm talking about decluttering, I'm also talking about decluttering your yard. You want to spiff up your front and your backyard, trim the bushes and the grass and get rid of the weeds, perhaps put down some new mulch and flowers in pots and things like that. Because this is curb appeal. This is going to be the first impression that buyers have when they pull up to your house. So put yourself in buyers' shoes. What is it that they see when they come up to the front of your house? Is it something that looks really good, or are there a couple more things that you can do to make it look even better, to make it attractive for them to come in? Everything that you're doing to get your house ready to sell, the cardinal rule to keep in mind is that you want to be doing everything that you can to help the buyer say yes to buying your house. The fewer obstacles that you put in their way to buying the house, the more likely it is that you can move them along to the decision to buy your house. So declutter and clean up and spruce up the yard, and declutter and clean up and spruce up your house. Make sure that you clean your house to within an inch of its life, like your mom's coming over, or like you're having, some company from the Queen or something like that. Things that you wouldn't normally clean, this is the time to do it. Get your house as spiffy as possible. Clean the windows and the baseboards and all those fun things. All of that is going to help you sell your house. Make sure that all of these things are done before you bring in the professional photographer to take the pictures of your house. Because these pictures and this video, that's what's going to go online, and that is going to be the buyer's first impression of your house. So make sure all the things are away for when the photographer comes over, so your house shows its best for pictures. So that's another way for the buyers to say yes to the house. That's the first chance that they get to say yes to the house online, when they see the really nice photos. Pricing. Okay, you want to price your house according to the market. And when I mean according to the market, I mean sit down with your realtor and look at comparable sales, recent comparable sales in the area of homes similar to yours in terms of bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, age, size of yard, updates, all those kinds of fun things. You want to price your house similar to comparable homes that have recently sold, because that's also going to help when a buyer makes an offer on your house and that the house ends up appraising for what they end up offering. This is especially important if a buyer is going to come in and they need a loan. So you want to make sure that you're pricing your house to market. It's really hard. Try to take the personal feelings out of it. It's an asset, it's a commodity. Price it to the market, and you're much more likely to sell your house in a reasonable period of time. Another reason that you want to price your house correctly is if you price it too high, when the buyers are looking online, your house won't even come up in their search. So if your house doesn't come up in their search, then they can't make an appointment to come over and see it, even though it might end up selling at a price that they could have afforded to pay. I know that there's a school of thought, well, price the house high and come down later. The thing that you want to keep in mind is your first 2 weeks on the market are when you are going to get the most buyer activity. So if you start your house being priced high and you miss that first 2 weeks of buyers coming over, if you decide you're going to lower the price, later you're chasing the market and those buyers are probably not going to come back. So you want to do everything that you can on the front end to keep your buyer pool as large as it can be. And so reasonable pricing will help encourage buyers who can buy your house to come over and look at it. Also, you want to be able to say yes to home showings. When an agent calls you and says that they have a buyer who wants to see your home, please say yes to the showings. Please say yes to let them in. There's going to be emergencies where you're not able to say that, or there's going to be times where you need a longer lead time because you're an investor and you've got a tenant living in the house. But generally speaking, if an agent calls and wants to set up a showing for your house, you want to say yes, and you want to work to give as short a lead time as possible for the showings. A lot of the buyers that we have coming in, I mean, they're interviewing with UF and Shands, and they're working on a really short timeline as far as houses that they can see. So if an agent calls and says the buyer wants to see your house, make sure that the buyer can come in and see your house so that your house can be considered as one of the ones that they would consider to buy. You don't want to dissuade buyers by doing a long lead time because it might not work for their schedule. So selling homes is inconvenient. It is a pain. You're living some unnatural existence where you've put everything away. It's in the garage. You're living in this uber tidy state. I don't know about you. I don't live in an uber tidy state. So every time you end up trying to get the house ready to be shown, it's a pain because you have to put everything away and make the beds and, clean up the bathrooms and all that kind of stuff. And it is inconvenient, but the more that you can do that and the shorter timeline you can give for buyers to come in, most likely the faster that you are going to be able to sell your house. I hope you found these tips helpful. If I can help you with anything, please let me know. This is Colleen DeGroff with Coldwell Banker MM Parish Realtors in Gainesville, Florida. Have a great day.